The elf can fly. How fun.
Zoltrak.
I guess you guys can already see from this title that the video won't be like the rest of my top 10 lists. This anime has taken everyone by surprise, and its manga has already become a bestseller, and it's been trending in the past few months that it's been out. The anime, with 5 episodes out already as well, helped to further bolster the reputation this anime has been picking these past few weeks. This anime is everywhere, spreading like a wildfire, with no signs of stopping anytime soon. So it comes without saying that we had to check this anime out and find out what the fuss is all about. And just why exactly is it that good of a show? What I found though, it actually took me by surprise. This anime was finally able to escape the repeating curse of fantasy anime. The cliches and useless annoying plotlines that are the same from one anime to another, with some changes done to give that quote-unquote unique feeling. So the question now is, how did this anime escape the fantasy anime curse exactly? Easy. All the show did was actually end the damn anime and give us the story that comes afterwards. Allow me to explain. In Lord of the Rings terms, famous fantasy trilogy, everyone read the books, saw the movies, or at least heard of it somehow from that geeky friend that likes Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and Star Wars. And somehow for Halloween always cosplays one of those 3 and is fluent in Elvish somehow. But I digress. Back to my point. What this anime did is that it took the story of Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli, and the Fellowship of the Ring, killed off Sauron, and ended the trilogy. And just then, when the big bad was dead and everyone got his good ending, the anime actually starts with the adventures of Legolas after Middle-earth.
Himmel the hero, Eisen the warrior, Hyter the priest, and Frieren the mage. You have our wholehearted thanks for defeating the Demon King.
In fantasy anime, whether it was isekai or not, it has always been about the party adventuring together, gaining powers, skills, and weapons, fighting the big bad villain aka the Demon King and his army, and gaining their long sought for victory. That's been isekai fantasy anime for the past decade, and honestly, I am bored of it. I'm just bored of it all. I guess the creator of this anime shared my same discomfort with the repetition of the plot. Then, on a cold, rainy night, he was all, you know what? Enough is enough. I can do a much better job than those annoying shows, and I will prove it to everyone. And what he did, what genius idea he came up with, can be summed up in 2 simple steps. You better write down these steps on your notebook, guys, as step 1, the show isn't about fighting the Demon King or even about the hero. It's about the silent, apathetic mage character in the party. And step 2, this anime will be based on the story of the apathetic mage venturing on her own, mostly, experiencing the ramifications of all what the hero party has done throughout the continent, and how the end of the Demon King reshaped the continent. Watching the first episode of the show, I was kinda held back with the fact that the exciting part of the show was already over. The adventure to kill the Demon King, going through dungeons, and so forth. And having such a low pace for a show, that really didn't help at all when it came to me personally. I started to regret my choice of picking up the show, but I still carried on, watching it, thinking it could be the start of yet a new adventure for the party as a whole. Little did I know that this anime was nothing like other fantasy shows that I have seen, and I love it, and I have high respect for it. Honestly, how many of us after finishing a fantasy anime and with the big bad guy done for, weren't like, well, what now? What comes then? Is that it? Happily ever after, that's all? That kind of vanilla ending would never have satisfied our minds, especially when an entire continent was affected by the events that took place. It just made sense that killing the big bad guy wasn't going to make things magically better. Conflict always seems to find a new way to manifest, and there will always be the next big bad guy, and the next one, and the next. Psst, want to know the best part of this anime? It actually answers the question of what happens afterwards. What came next? This show is all about that. And if you are looking for an answer to that question, well then, look no further, because this anime is the holy grail of what came next. The Adventures of Frieren. In the world she, along with Himmel, Hyter, and Eisen, saved ages ago, is a living proof that conflict, problems, and endangered villages will always be there. Their peace was hard fought and took a lot of sacrifices from them. However, the fact still remains that there will always be something more to explore, to experience, and to fight. A dragon to subdue, a demonic army to defeat, something. So far, the show is all about the misadventures of Frieren, along with her newest addition to the team, the War Orphan, adopted by Heiter, whom is also a mage. A recurring theme of the show was how time was a fleeting thing. Whenever it came to Frieren, she would always say things like it's just a mere 10 years, or see you in 50 years, and when she actually meets you again, she would just greet you as if it was only yesterday. Because for elves, that's just how things go. Time is meaningless to them. Opposed to humans and dwarves, so understanding such a concept is quite hard for her. And we can see her basically struggling with the whole idea of time passing for her, with nothing changing, while watching her friends die one by one. First it was the hero Himmel, and then it was the corrupt priest Heiter. But even in that mere 10 years, this heroic group was able to keep an impression on her so deep that even after 80 years of concluding their adventures, she is still reminded by them and their antics every moment of her day. It is actually the driving force of the plot to retrace her journey from back then, check up on the villages they passed through before, and try to get to know her old companions better. If you are here to lay back, relax, and watch a wholesome adventure that is all about the journey, not the destination, then this anime is what you're looking for. However, if you only care for the fight, smashing, killing demon lords, then just go and pick up any other isekai or fantasy anime, and I promise you, they will have those themes in them. This anime, however, is an anime about Frieren, adventuring with new companions while keeping the old close in her heart. It's an adventure about self-discovery, understanding, and yes, as corny as it is about friendship, past and present, as well as the lingering hope for a second chance. A second chance at meeting her loved ones and getting to know them better this time around. 5 amazing episodes are already out there, and I enjoyed every second of them. Even though, mind you, the pacing might have been slow at some points, and some episodes repeating the same things, it was still interesting to watch these episodes and examine the change in the personality, even though it might be subtle, and it is such on purpose, in the actions and conduct of Frieren. And with that said and done, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I had fun preparing it for you. And as always, if you like my content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to press that bell icon and set us all to be notified about all our latest new videos. And I would really love to know your thoughts about this anime, and if you think that the route this anime took is a good idea or not. Regardless, I'd love to hear your opinion. But as for now, I'll catch you later. See you in the next one.